Welcome back to another episode of E-Weekly, your home for campus news. Us here at ETV hope you had a happy holiday season, and hopefully 2018 is off to a good start. We'll be covering all the news since our last show in mid-December. Evan Hensley has sports, Alicia Lewis has Eagle Encounters, and E-Weekly has you in mind. This is E-Weekly.
Whoa, welcome back. It feels like I haven't seen you guys since last year. I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti.
And I'm Sarah Poderacki. Technically, Nina, we never see them. They just see us.
Good point. Regardless, it's good to be back with another semester of E-Weekly. Happy New Year, everyone.
We hope the holiday season treated you well. A lot has happened since we saw you last, so it's time for some catching up. Nina has our first story.
On December 15th, the EMU Board of Regents officially approved a 35-year agreement with Preston Hollow Capital to have LAZ Parking maintain Eastern's parking facilities. Eastern has become one of the few public universities and the first in Michigan to enter into a public-private partnership to monetize its parking operations. Under this agreement, LAZ Parking will have control over the sales of permits, the setting of rates within limits, maintenance and staffing of parking facilities, and the future improvement of parking facilities. As part of this agreement, for the first 5 years, there will be an annual 5% cap on parking rate increases and a 4% cap from then on. This is a much smaller cap than Eastern has had in the past few years. Initial investments over the first year of the agreement is expected to be a total of $4.2 million. Most of the money will be focused towards upgrades in McKinney Lot and Green Lot 1. The financial closing of the agreement will take place before April 30th of this year.
This past week, Eastern Michigan held its 32nd annual Martin Luther King Jr. celebration with an array of events scattered over the course of 6 days. This celebration started with a commemorative march on Thursday, January 11th. This march was meant to reflect the significance of the Selma Montgomery March led by MLK in 1965. A crowd of students gathered around the MLK Garden to hear guest speakers such as President Smith, members from Eastern's Alpha Phi Alpha chapter, the Superintendent of River Rouge School District and EMU alum, Dr. Derek Coleman. There was also a guest performance by the EMU Gospel Choir. The march ensued, led by the brothers of Alpha Pi Alpha carrying a banner inviting people to join the march. This march concluded at the Student Center, where a reception was held for the MLK Student Art Showcase. Other events throughout the weekend included the MLK Day of Service, performances by several different groups, academic programs, the MLK President's Luncheon, and the MLK Keynote Address featuring Joyanne Reed, a TV host, author, and political analyst.
The renovations continue on campus as major improvement plans for Sill Hall, the Rec IM, and a new sports medicine and training building are on their way. On December 15th, the Board of Regents approved these 3 capital projects with a total cost of $76 million. The renovations to Sill Hall will include engineering programs, modernized lab space, computer simulation, virtual and augmented reality, as well as new lecture halls and learning spaces. Renovations to the Rec IM consist of updating and repairing the existing facilities, as well as a reconfiguration of the existing space. You can expect to see a second-floor cardio area facing a view of campus, as well as a rock climbing wall, additions to the club pool, and much more. The construction of the new sports medicine and training facility will provide a 60,000 square foot space on the northwest corner of Rynearson Stadium, dedicated towards student athletes. This space will include new equipment, team meeting rooms, and coaches' offices. Funding these facilities will include fundraising, university resources, and future university borrowing.
EMU students received a timely warning in the early hours of January 12th. This email informed us all that a fatal shooting had occurred just off campus. This robbery-turned-shooting ended with 1 victim deceased and another in critical condition. While police are still investigating the incident, the 2 victims have now been identified. Marissa Joy Edmonds, 25, was found dead just before midnight in her apartment. Her boyfriend, 29-year-old Maxwell Flynn Messmore, was discovered outside of an apartment in the second-floor hallway and remains in serious condition at an area hospital. Neither victim was a student at Eastern Michigan University. Edmonds' family asks for anyone with information to have the courage to step up and provide information on the person responsible for the murder of their daughter. EMU police issued a statement that they are looking for 2 or 3 men described as being in their late teens to early 20s, all approximately 5 feet 11 inches tall and thin. A GoFundMe page has been set up to raise money for Edmund's funeral expenses. It can be found on the GoFundMe website by searching Marissa Edmonds Funeral /Memorial. We're going to take a quick break. We have some more news after the break.
An eventful weekend.
What do you mean?
Duh. Ben, those party photos you posted online a couple days ago where you were living it up? You know, the ones where you were YOLOing all over the place? Here, let me show you.
All right, I got it. YOLO, you only live once. It's my excuse to act crazy. I deleted those pictures, though.
Yeah, about that. I screen grabbed some of those pictures and sent them to Benji. It was golden. You have to remember, Ben, what goes online stays online. And once it's out there forever.
Well, it's out there now.
Most of the time, after something gets posted to social media, it will be duplicated many times from server backups, living in the cloud forever, even after you remove it. A good rule of thumb is if you think what you're about to post could be harmful to you or someone else, just don't post it.
Yeah, last thing I want is for my family, or even worse, my employer or my friends to see me YOLOing all over social media.
Yeah, that applies to more than just pictures, you know. It can apply to all types of content posted online, including text and videos.
Oh man.
You should also be cautious about the amount of personal information you have available online for people to see, such as your full name, birth date, address, phone number, mother's maiden name, etc. Yeah, I'd hate for someone to see you're going to be at a party Saturday night, go to your profile, get your home address, and break into your house while you're out partying. Or use your birth date and your mother's maiden name to answer a security question in an attempt to reset your online password and hack your account.
I definitely wouldn't want that to happen.
Me neither. But being selective about the information you have accessible for people to see is very important. Check your privacy settings on your social media sites to make sure they only have information you want people to see. Yeah, I like to copy my profile URL, log out of the website, and paste it back into my web browser. Then I look over my profile to get an idea of what information of mine is open to the public.
That is a great idea.
It sure is. So what else are you going to do, Ben?
I'm gonna stop and consider any consequences before I post any type of content to my social media websites.
In today's cyber, the number of passwords you have to remember can be overwhelming. While it may be tempting to reuse the same passwords or store them in a not-so-safe place, in doing so, you're putting your online accounts and data in danger of being compromised. The Eagle security package includes LastPass, an encrypted online password vault that can store all your usernames, passwords, and other personal information in one location. LastPass secures your login credentials using one master password, the last password you'll have to remember. Not only does LastPass store your login credentials, but it can automatically fill them in when you're logging into trusted websites. LastPass can also aid in the creation of strong, unique passwords and secure sensitive data such as addresses, credit cards, and personal notes. Since LastPass is encrypted and protected in the cloud, it's accessible wherever you are, through the LastPass website, a web browser extension, or the mobile app. LastPass makes password security easy. For more information about LastPass, visit tiny.emich.edu/LastPass.
Welcome back to eWeekly. Sarah Potoracki has news about WSF Productions' new movie.
Here on eWeekly, we haven't been shy to self-promote other organizations that we are a part of. For the past couple of months, ETV has been advertising the release of WSF Productions' new film, Small Fish. There was never a date set in stone for the release until recently. WSF announced a screening for all of their 2017 films will be held at the Riverside Arts Center in Ypsilanti, Michigan on North Huron Street. The evening begins at 6:30 when you can walk the red carpet with the cast and crew and we will allow you to take pictures and just overall have a good time. The show starts promptly at 7:30 and will be hosted by Still on the Air's David Pierce Anderson, who also acted in the movie. You may even recognize yours truly. Tickets for the event must be purchased on the Small Fish screening page on eventbrite.com. A minimum of $5 donation will help the group pay for the theater and other expenses. Once again, if you go to WSF Productions' Small Fish private screening on eventbrite.com, you can make your donation and see the small fish on the big screen.
EMU has almost completed the installation of its new energy-saving 55-ton turbine. The new turbine was installed on June 8, 2017, costing a total of $19.6 million. It uses cogeneration, which is a combined of heat and power systems that use natural gas to simultaneously produce electricity and steam heat. This cogeneration unit will generate nearly 98% of the heat and 93% of the electricity on Eastern's campus. Unlike the 29-year-old turbine it replaced, which only generated 50% of the campus's electricity and heat. The new unit is expected to reduce the annual amount of carbon dioxide produced by 21,305 tons. Using this new cogenerator is projected to attain an annual net energy savings of more than $2.8 million to the university. The new unit will be bringing heat and electricity to campus beginning late January, early February of this year.
Still to come, we have Evan Hensley filling us in on what's going on in Eagle sports. But for now, we'll keep it at the desk with Nina and hear her dish about Martin Luther King Jr.
Thank you, Sarah. Thomas Kruig did some great work with us last year, but due to tight scheduling, we won't be seeing him as frequently. This definitely won't be the last of him, though. Regardless, I have this week's dish. When people think of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., 4 words often come to mind immediately. I have a dream. These words were spoken at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial in front of 250,000 people in Washington, D.C. Since then, people have taken these words to heart and tried to put into practice peaceful activism to ensure our brothers, sisters, neighbors, and children understand that we are all created equal. Dr. King's role is a role model for all and will be remembered forever. The first city to hear MLK say, "I have a dream," was in June 1963. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke to a crowd of 125,000 people at Cobo Hall in Detroit. 2 months earlier than his speech in Washington. King spoke to the crowd and then led the Walk to Freedom, which was the largest civil rights demonstration the nation had seen at that time. King talked about his children growing up and being judged on their character, not on the color of their skin. Through MLK's speech in Washington, D.C. will go on in history as one of the most influential moments. Detroit will always be connected to the story as the first place King publicly addressed his ideals. That is it for the dish for this week. After the break, Evan Hensley will have Eagle Sports.
Hello?
I'll be right with you.
I'm just looking to charge my phone.
I'm looking for keeps.
What can I do for you?
I got a glimpse into what the future might hold. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm ready for that.
Guess I'm gonna be here a while. People find me when they need me.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game. It's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.
Welcome back. This is Eagle Sports, and I'm Evan Hensley. The Eastern Michigan men's basketball team dropped their road game when they faced off against Northern Illinois in DeKalb on Saturday. This is the third loss in 4 games, now that the Eagles are in Mid-American Conference play. The Huskies topped Eastern 72-66 in a loss where the Eagles struggled from the arc as they shot 4 for 19 from the three-point line. Paul Jackson, who played a full 40 minutes, led the way with 19 points and 3 assists on the game. And James Thompson added another double-double to his career with his 15 points and 12 rebounds. Eugene German led the way for the Huskies with his dominant scoring effort with his 26 points, including going 5 for 10 from the three-point line. A team that was seen as a dark horse just a few months ago is off to a slow start in MAC play, but they were able to turn things around again on Tuesday against Akron. Even though James Thompson couldn't get things going offensively, the Eagles topped the Zips 63-49. Thompson only had 8 points, but he grabbed 8 boards and blocked 4 shots. Elijah Minnie stole the show with a loaded stat line. Minnie scored 22, dropped 4, picked up 4 steals, and grabbed 5 rebounds. Talk about an overall solid game. Not to be outdone, point guard Paul Jackson scored 20 points and grabbed 8 rebounds of his own. EMU battles Ohio at the Combo on Saturday. The women's basketball team is coming off back-to-back road games where they split those 2 games. Last Wednesday, the Eagles traveled down to Kent, Ohio to face the Kent State Golden Flashes. The Eagles would lose their second MAC game, both coming from the Golden Flashes in 76-69 loss. Courtney Lewis' 19 points were not enough for the Eagles as the team as a whole shot 40% on the game. The team stayed in state to travel and play the Miami Redhawks down in Oxford. Despite only getting to the line 6 times, the Eagles dominated 74-59 on the road. Danielle Minot led the way for Eastern with her 21 points, including making all 3 of her three-pointers. Sasha Daly also added 15 points and 4 boards to win the road battle. The women will host Western Michigan on Wednesday at the Convocation Center. After a historic year last year, the EMU gymnastics team is off to a slow start to their season. The team just suffered its second loss and first in action on Saturday at the Convocation Center. Central Michigan took down Eastern by a score of .500 despite improving a full point from what they scored against Penn State just 2 weeks prior. The Eagles only claimed 1 first-place finish, with Kendall Valentin claimed a share of the Bars title, while 4 other Eagles claimed career best on the day. Eastern will now travel down to Bowling Green to try to pick up their first win on the season against the Falcons on Friday. The Eastern Michigan wrestling team were eyeing a challenge when they traveled to Columbia, Missouri to face the number 4 ranked Missouri Tigers. The Tigers dominated from the get-go and had 8 wrestlers who were ranked in the top 25 in their weight class, including 4 that were ranked in the top 4 in each class. In a 35-7 Mizzou win, Kyle Springer gave the Eagles one of their only 2 wins on the day with a 20-7 major decision in the 149 class. Gage Hutchinson gave EMU the other win with a 3-2 overtime win to add another 3 points to the Eagles' final score in the heavyweights. The team will host Northern Illinois at the Convocation Center on Friday. That's been it for Eagle Sports in the month of January. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
We are true EMU! Let me show you love. Love is what I know. Join me in this life, be beautiful. So everything you need, everything you want, you have it right here, my beautiful soul. We are true EMU!
I am true EMU.
We are true EMU!
I'll be right back. I told myself I'm just going to grab a quick drink. 2 minutes later, and everything was gone. My backpack, my laptop, my cell phone, my iPod. 2 minutes was all it took. I was lucky. The thief was eventually caught and I got it all back. But now that I had that happen to me, I realized that anything valuable has to be treated like cash. I'll never leave it out of my sight again. My name is Heather, and I'm trying to be safe.
To eWeekly, we're wrapping up episode number 1 of 2018. But before we do, Alicia Lewis is here with Eagle Encounters.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Eagle Encounters. As always, I'm Alicia Lewis. I am so happy to be back with you guys. I hope you all enjoyed your break and were able to catch up on sleep, spend time with your loved ones, and create new memories. I can't believe we're already in a new year. I just got used to writing 2017 on my assignments. However, it is time to get back in the groove of things this weekend. Starting Thursday, January 18th, Campus Life presents Trivia Night an evening featuring a series of trivia questions for teams up to 6. This event will be held from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. in the Student Center Room 300. The cost is free and is open to the public. Bring a friend or two because there will be free food. On Friday, January 19th, CESA will be hosting Cultural Night from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. in the McKinney Ballroom. This event will be a night filled with performances from students who present different countries in Asia. This event is free and also LBC approved. However, semi-casual attire or traditional attire clothing is required. For more information, contact Anna P. at 419-601-1016. Moving along to Sunday, January 21st, Lost Voices Music Concert will be held in the Student Center Auditorium from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. In recognition of Human Trafficking Awareness Month, Unmasked has partnered with MAP, SOAP, and Lost Voices to bring to you an afternoon of music and information about problems and how we can fight back against it. This event is open to the public and LBC approved. However, a $20 entrance fee will be required. You can purchase your tickets in advance at the box office located in the Student Center. For more information, contact David Mavilli at 734-487. As you wrap up the weekend, please remember to always stay warm, and that is all we have for Eagle Encounters. Until next time, I'm Alicia Lewis.
Thank you. Hopefully classes are going well for everyone out there. The new year combined with the new semester is always a great way to find a new sense of motivation.
Another busy semester for us here at ETV. We've got another season of Still on the Air up and running, E-Weekly as always, and Sideliners could be back soon with a possible another ETV show making an appearance. We'll keep you posted.
If you want to keep track on what we're doing around here, follow us on social media and YouTube at ETV@EMU. That'll do it for us here at E-Weekly. Thanks for watching and staying around with us. I'm Nina Maria Badalamenti.
And I'm Sarah Poderacki. We'll see you next week.
Hi, my name is Shanna Gilkison, and ETV has been a very important part of my life, especially for the last 4 years.
I got my start at ETV in my third semester at Eastern from fellow students, and it's been a great experience.
Working with all these new people that I didn't know before, it's very awesome just seeing how willing people are to get together and create something from scratch.
Hi, I'm Shanna Gilkison for Eastern Weekly, and this is E-Walking.
I will also be hosting and producing a sort of like a late night style talk show.
Everyone that's here wants to be here. They care to be here. They want to work. They want to learn. And with that kind of environment, everybody benefits.
I tell you, I've been doing really well, very successful here at Eastern, but it wasn't until I really became part of the ETV club that I really felt like I was getting more of what I needed as a student.
We decided that we wanted to do things above and beyond our coursework, so I was part of founding the ETV Student Org.
It just so happened that Shanna was in one of my classes, and she told me to come, and I showed up, and it was very, a very warm welcome. Like, everybody was very nice to me right away, and they actually had an idea to make a sitcom, or actually they called it a soap opera at that time, and they said they had, they weren't sure exactly what they wanted, but they wanted one thing. They knew that they wanted this guy, his name is Ramon, to be their main character. I mean, that was kind of how the show Week at a Glance kind of took off.
beyond Eastern's walls, when I'm done here, I'll probably be working with some people from ETV, again, professionally. And I think a lot of students don't take advantage of what they should with organizations on campus, and ETV is one of the best.